Hey everyone, this is Dave Ritter, CEO of the Penta Global Blockchain Foundation, coming to you on September 3rd, 2018 to talk about our monthly report for the month of August. So that's August 2018. First of all, I want to say happy Labor Day weekend to everybody out there. Hope you have something fun to do for the weekend. Today is September 3rd, so today's actually Labor Day. I will be flying to Washington, D.C., where I'll be up on Capitol Hill next week to meet with Representative Jared Polis from Colorado, who's running for governor, and part of his campaign in the gubernatorial election in Colorado is to put Colorado on the blockchain. How cool is that? Check it out, you guys. It's on his webpage, and also he's accepting campaign donations in the form of Bitcoin. I think he also accepts Bitcoin Cash. So this is cool on so many levels. It just is another way that blockchain is starting to, that blockchain and crypto is starting to break into the mainstream. And here we have a gubernatorial candidate that wants to put Colorado on the blockchain. So I'll be meeting with him, also with a USA Rice, which is an industry association interested in a project that Penta has done before called Blockchain Rice. So we'll be talking with them about that. So that's coming up this week. Let me talk about what happened in the last month and some of the exciting advancements we made in our technology for the Penta blockchain, also in some of our business development. So August was a busy month for us. We had a lot going on. One of the things that we did recently was host a rooftop party here in San Francisco on our rooftop. And we reached out to the developer community here in Silicon Valley, which is really exciting because, you know, Penta is just about to start releasing some of our code on our GitHub. So check that space out. Check out our official GitHub, and you'll be able to see some of those details coming out. And now as we publish more information on our blockchain, the developer community is getting more interested in what we're doing with Penta. And so my buddy Roy Leo, the founder of Penta Labs, which is our outreach and academic platform, co-hosted with me, and we had a bunch of people from the developer community here. Most notably, we had the ABC Blockchain Society come, and we were so happy to have them. They're a really awesome blockchain community here out of Silicon Valley, and they include experienced developers from Google, Uber, Facebook, Twitter, you name it, and they have over 1,000 developers. Some of them are high-level people. Now, these are people that don't do it for the money. They're not doing it for the crypto. They're doing it because they love the technological aspect of blockchain. And those are exactly the kinds of people we want to reach out to with Penta Labs and invite to help us on our journey to create the world's most inclusive blockchain ecosystem with the Penta public blockchain. A scalable and decentralized blockchain. That's what we're building. It's not easy to do, and we need help from developers like you. So we hope you guys will pay attention to the stuff that we put out on our GitHub, that we publish on Medium, and share your thoughts with us. I mean, this is a community effort. We need help from the community to grow this blockchain project. So let me pull this up. This is going to be released. This is our monthly progress report, and I'm just going to go through this really quick with you guys, just so you have a chance to see it. Let me enlarge this so I'm not in the background. Okay, so let's take a quick look at some of our progress on the technical side. And as I said, we're going to start publishing more and more information on our GitHub. So that just shows that we're at a point where our development team and our management team is very pleased with the progress on the tech side. And so we're ready to start sharing it with the world. The good, bad, and the ugly, right? So here we have continuation of our module development on the consensus algorithm. We're continuing to optimize that. So that is DSC, Dynamic Stake Consensus. You can see here that we are 80% done with our P2P network module, the one that is related to the consensus process. So I asked our team to start putting on these images of the 80% completion or 50% completion. I think it's nice to have that little visual there so you can see what our progress is on different aspects. So hopefully that will make this a little bit more user-friendly. Console command line component, you can see here that we're getting some SDKs out there. The governance structure is something that we've made some progress on. You can see here 85% of the development of the agreement governance contract ongoing as planned, mostly complete at this point. We're doing some debugging on the voting function of the governance contract. So this, again, is related to DSC. And I've talked a lot about DSC in the past, so I'm not going to go into it now, but listen, in my opinion, nothing is more important than a consensus mechanism to a public blockchain. So please take a look at DSC, look at what we're doing different. We are making some real headway on our PC wallets. Also, we're working on, it's not here, but we're also working on the mobile wallets. You're going to start to see some of that come out towards the end of September or the beginning of October. So that is up and coming. We're following our development timeline, and I'm really happy to say that from the tech side, we are on target with our development timeline. So the one that we announced at the beginning, that's the timeline that we're following right now. And we are on target, and most importantly, to have our testnet, the beta version of our public chain, up and running by the end of the year. So here's our blockchain browser, 90% complete. Let me come down here now and just go through some of the recent activities. Now, all of this stuff has been, a lot of this stuff we put out already. I talked about it in the last YouTube, so I just want to go through the highlights of August. Like I said, it was a busy month for us. It started with me attending. I was invited by the Executive Director, Mr. Nick Vyas, of the USC Global Supply Chain Management Center, which is in the Marshall School of Business, to attend the 6th Global Supply Chain Excellence Summit. And we had somebody from the Trump administration. It was the Deputy Secretary of the Commerce Department there, representing the Trump administration, because the federal government has entered into an MOU agreement with USC to do this IBEX platform. IBEX is a research consortium of industry leaders, of blockchain experts, of government officials and organizations, looking at how to implement, I'm going to show you that I'm still here. Hey, so implementing, IBEX is trying to implement blockchain standards in the global supply chain space. And I have to tell you something. After being at this conference, I realized, it dawned on me just how important blockchain is to the global supply chain space. There was a representative from Deloitte. Deloitte is one of the largest accounting companies in the world, one of the big four, they say. And they've done some research in the global supply chain side. And the comment was from a lady representing Deloitte who sat on a panel there. She said that 95% of companies involved in the global supply chain will be using blockchain in the next few years. 95%. So, as I said, it dawned on me being here that, let me see if I can get rid of that. Nope, yep. So 95% of the supply chain will be on blockchain. That says to me that this is one of the industries where we're going to see mass adoption of blockchain early on. So we're already seeing it in financial services, we're seeing it in entertainment, gaming, and I think supply chain is going to be another place where we start to see early adoption of blockchain in a major mainstream industry. So that's really cool. Now, Penta has been invited to join into IBEX, and we're looking into that. We're very excited about the possibility. On August 22nd, oh, looks like we jumped ahead, but a few other things that happened was earlier on, we also had the opportunity to meet with the Los Angeles City Mayor's office. That's Mayor Eric Garcetti. And that was super cool. So we went to Eric Garcetti's office and met with him to talk about a pilot project. Oh, I don't know how to get rid of this. There we go. A pilot project in partnership with the city government related to the homeless population. So we are putting together a pilot project, and hopefully we'll be able to deploy with the city of Los Angeles. And I want to make a point here that blockchain is not just about having the hottest crypto, largest market cap. It's also about doing good things with blockchain. Using blockchain for good. That is so important to what we're doing with Penta. Blockchain to me is about building a community. And that community involves different kinds of people. You have people that are involved in the tech side, that are interested in the tech side. You have people that are interested in the trading side from the crypto. But you also have just real people that want to use blockchain for better opportunities, to secure their financial independence. And we need to give back to the community. So building a community is about everybody raising each other up. That's how I see it. And that's why with DSC, we're focused on building an inclusive blockchain token economic system with Penta. Everybody can win in the Penta blockchain. So this is part of our outreach effort to the enterprise community. This one not really being a company so much as being a partner in the enterprise community, but Penta is focused right now on building our enterprise community in the US and around the world. So one of the other things that happened this month, and I talked about it in a previous video, is that we used Penta, PNT token. Here we go. Let me see. Oh. We used our PNT token to purchase shares of a publicly listed company in Australia, that's CCP Technologies. So that's another part of our outreach to the enterprise community. Now, Penta doesn't just do a public chain. We've been doing private chains for years, since 2015. And some of our best-known projects are permission chains. What we want to do with that is we want to continue to deploy permission chains. Some of them are already making money in the real world. And we want to continue that by selling or implementing permission blockchains in different industries, because that is a really important way to help the world move towards mass adoption of blockchain and cryptocurrencies. We need to provide blockchain solutions that will solve their real business problems. And so we're doing the homeless project with the LA City Mayor's office. We are working on supply chain projects with CCP Technologies. A lot of these are going to be permission projects. And a lot of them will be deployed in the real world economy with enterprise partners. So we're focusing on building our enterprise community. Now, something that happened last month that was so exciting, and I want to give a shout out to Mr. Kool-Aid Wilson. Wilson is a long-term friend of mine and has joined our Penta Ambassador program. He is a student out of Kampala, Uganda, and he is the first Penta Ambassador in Africa. And in August, he hosted the first meetup in Africa, also in Uganda, and actually hosted 3 or 4 events with different universities down there. So I want to say thank you, Wilson. We are so happy to have you on board. And anybody out there who is passionate about blockchain, passionate about building communities, passionate about disrupting what's wrong with the existing economy by using new technologies like blockchain, I want to invite you to join us in our Penta Ambassador program. Help us grow a community. Help us grow the local Penta community in your community. That's what we're trying to achieve, a distributed and decentralized approach to community growth. So I want to welcome you to join us. Check out our Penta Ambassador program. Okay, I'm babbling on here, so let me go through this really quick. We had a rooftop party on August 25th that was co-hosted by Penta Labs, and I mentioned we had ABC there. I was invited to speak at the Mars Finance Blockchain Summit here in Silicon Valley. That was in Redwood City, right by Oracle. And I sat on a panel there called the Most Anticipated Public Blockchain and Blockchain Technology of 2018. That comes from Mars Finance, so they invited us to represent Penta on that panel. So that says something to you about how blockchain media perceives Penta. Hopefully that will give you a little bit of excitement. On the panel, I was joined by a bunch of other really great projects, and we talked about what's happening in the public blockchain space. So that happened. Now on August 31st, my colleague Roy Leo, who is the founder of Penta Labs, he's here with me in San Francisco. He was invited to attend the TIE Entrepreneurs Meetup, and the name of this meetup was the Blockchain Beyond the Hype. And we were the only public blockchain to be invited, so that was awesome. I want to say thank you on the media side to Block Daily, a blockchain media company out of South Korea, who hosted me on an AMA on August 3rd. That was really exciting. I also participated on August 10th on an AMA in the Penta Official Cacao Group. So that is our community group in Korea. If you are active in cacao or in Korea and you haven't yet joined our cacao group, please do so. Join our community. We have about 500 people, a little bit less on there right now. And it's a really active part of the Penta community. So we're doing a lot of growth right now in Korea. And we've grown a lot in recent times, so you can check out and see some of our metrics on community growth out there. So that's a basic rundown of what we accomplished in August. So it was a big month. We announced the purchase of CCP Technologies. You can see some of the media that carried the story. Yahoo Finance was one of the bigger ones. And it's not done. We're getting requests every day to do more stories about our acquisition of CCP Technologies. It's cool, man. We used a token to buy shares of a publicly listed company. So that happened. We did a rooftop party with the developer community. We're going to start publishing some of our coding and technical details on GitHub. So for those of you who are technically inclined, please pay attention to that space and let us know what your thoughts are. Like I said in the beginning of this segment, this is a community growth project. We want to have an interaction with you and invite our community members to participate in growing the Penta blockchain. Last but not least, let me say something really quick about some of the price action in August on the PNT token. Everybody probably saw that there we had a bit of a dip at the end of the month. That came on August 28th. Now what happened on August 28th, and we released an official statement about this, I did, we released a bunch of tokens from lockup to our investors. Now, as everybody knows, there's no secret, people build these projects by starting by raising funding and reaching out to partners, and you need money to pay for operations, to pay for good developers, and so just like in every project, we had a private sale, raised some funds, and there's usually a lockup period where you lock up tokens for a specified period, and then you start to release them, and that has an impact on the token price. And so on August 28th, we did a release of a bunch of tokens to our institutional investors, and you can see who they are by looking at our Penta website. And when you release a bunch of token into the ecosystem, naturally you tend to see a little bit of a price dip. But what I think is really important and what I want to emphasize is on the 29th, the price of Penta stabilized. So we only had one day of a dip. And our institutional investors are incredibly supportive of the Penta blockchain project. They are continuing to support us, continuing to help us grow our ecosystem. After the Mars Summit, I had the chance to see a bunch of our investment partners from China out here. So I want to say hi and thanks to all of you guys for your continued support. To our global investors, thank you for your continued support. Penta is working hard to complete the build out of our technical platform. We are on target to release our testnet by the end of the year, and things are starting to happen for us. So it's very exciting, and none of it would be possible without our fans and our community members. So most importantly, and last but not least, I want to say thank you to you. You guys are the most important part of Penta. I hope you will continue to help us build this project and be a part of our success with the Penta blockchain. And this is a blockchain that's being built for everybody. So let's work hard together to complete the build out. And as always, we welcome your comments and suggestions. And I will be back in 2 weeks with another YouTube video coming live to you guys with real stuff that's happening at Penta. And I'm always happy to answer any questions you have. So thank you again. Enjoy your Labor Day weekend. Bye-bye.